On YouTube, it's your boy Hogan Gaming, and today I'm gonna be rating the 49ers draft. Now, obviously, I don't know if you guys seen any of my pre-draft videos, but I was discussing some players that I wanted the 49ers to take. And let's just say the 49ers really didn't take any of my guys I wanted them to take. They had a couple picks that I liked, but it's not the guys that I personally wanted. But that's just how it goes in the NFL. You want your team to take certain guys, and they just don't. They don't do it. They take other guys who they feel like is better than these guys, and you really don't know until they get out on that field and play. So I'm hoping the guys that we drafted this year can go out there and play. But first, start off with Deshaun Stribling. Deshaun Stribling. Now, I was familiar with him a little bit. I knew he was from Ole Miss and ran a 4.36 because I watch a lot of 49ers content creators, so I seen a lot of people had him going like third round, second round, late second round, and we took him at the beginning of second round. Now, I understand us taking the wide receiver. Obviously we got Mike Evans, but he's kind of on the older side. Ricky Pearsall has had problems staying healthy, and Christian Kirk. It's Christian Kirk. I mean, he's nothing more than a wide receiver 3 at this point. So I understand this drafting Deshaun Stribling. To be honest, I don't even hate it. It's just the position that we drafted him at. I feel like we could have probably traded back again and still got Deshaun Stribling. So for that reason, I'll give it a C+. Like I said, if we drafted him at like 58, I would have gave it probably a B. Flat. I say he has abilities. He runs a 4.36. He's 6'2". He looks like he has good like running after the catch ability, which the 49ers have missed without Deebo Samuel. Deebo Samuel used to be that guy that always used to get yards after the catch, and I feel like Deshaun Stribling, he'll probably be able to do that. But the thing with the 49ers is a lot of times they don't play their rookies their first year. If you guys know this, Jordan Watkins, I think he played a couple snaps against the Texans and a couple snaps against the Giants. Those are the only 2 games I really remember him playing in. And then, let's go back. Even Danny Gray, right? I know Danny Gray's not the best, but we didn't even give him an opportunity, really. I mean, he played a couple preseason games, but we never seen him in action other than like 2 or 3 games. So that's just how the 49ers roll. Like their first year is really a redshirt year if you're a 49ers rookie wide receiver. So I hope Deshaun Stribling can change that narrative, because I would like to see him implemented in his offense with Mike Evans and Ricky Pearsall and George Kittle when he comes back, and Chris McCaffrey. I think he could be a solid guy. But yeah, like I said, for him, the grade is for sure a C+. We got Romello Height, edge rusher from Texas Tech. Now, I was familiar with this guy, and to be honest, I really like his abilities. He broke out last year on a stacked Texas Tech team with David Bailey and all these other guys that got drafted. I think there was like 3 or 4 Texas Tech defenders that got drafted. Like they were a really good defense. So I think that was a main reason why he broke out last year. He is on the older side. I believe he's 25. I'm gonna have to fact check that. I'll put that in the video if I'm wrong. Sorry to Romello Height if I'm wrong, but I believe he's 25 or turning 25 soon. So he is on the older side. To be honest, he probably won't make it to his second contract. By the time his second contract comes around, he's going to be 29, 30, somewhere around there, maybe 28 at the youngest. So I don't think he really will get to a second contract with us. But just for like a situational pass rusher, I think he can be effective. I feel like he could also like drop down in coverage a little bit too. And he's not gonna be elite or nothing, but if we need a guy to drop down in coverage and we're blitzing a corner and we need him to drop for a play or two, I think he can do that. I think he can do that. Like I said, he's a more experienced college player, so he has more experience than these raw college guys that's coming in. So I do like that, but that also means he's a little bit older. I said you just gotta really see how these guys play in game. But for this draft pick, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not mad at this draft pick. I understand what the 49ers are trying to do with this draft pick. And me personally, I probably would have took a safety. I probably would have took Jalen Kilgore, safety out of South Carolina. But to be honest, he dropped. He dropped. So maybe it was good that the 49ers didn't take him. But yeah, Romello Height, he was projected to go around where the 49ers picked him at, so it wasn't really a reach. To be honest, I'm gonna give that a C plus too. I said I understand where they're coming from. I like the pick. It would be higher if his age, if he was a little bit younger, like 23, 22, and if he had like more proof of being a impact player, because he was really only good in college for a year, like really good. The other years he was kind of mediocre player. He'll make plays here and there, but last year he became a consistent guy. So, like I said, if he had more years of showing that, I'll be more confident with the pick. But just because that reason, I'm gonna have to. Next is Kalon Black, running back from Indiana. Now, this is where my grades start to plummet a little bit. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why my grade plummets with this pick specifically. Kalon Black, he's good. Okay, I like what he did in Indiana last year. He had 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns on the ground. He was really effective, 5.6 yards per carry. Really good on that Indiana team. That's the only year he has been a consistent starter. Other than that, he has always been the bench player, always been a rotational running back. And he has never really took major snaps until that one year. And then one year he did, he had a pretty good year. But another thing with Black, we talked about this with Romello Height. He's 24 already. He's a little bit on the older side. Mind you, Jordan James, who we just drafted last year, just to put it in perspective, Jordan James is 22. Jordan James has been in the NFL for 1 year and he's 22. Keelan Black hasn't even touched the NFL yet. He just got drafted by the 49ers and he's already 24. I just don't understand this. The 49ers have Jordan James that they drafted last year, and they have Isaac Guerendo, who had a promising rookie year. Isaac Guerendo was pretty good his rookie year, and they just threw him away because I guess he got hurt during training camp, and they just threw him away. Keelan Black, I just don't understand this. They said they wanted a running back that's more similar to CMC, which I get, right? You want a receiving back, running back. Like a guy that can do it all. I don't think Keelan Black is that guy. I just don't think that. I've watched his film. He's a good runner, but I just don't feel like he's that guy that can be like a Christian McCaffrey type. So for this grade, I'm giving them a D plus. Like I said, I just don't see it, man. I know he had one good year at Indiana, but to be honest, everyone on that team is kind of older. If we're noticing, everyone on that team that's getting drafted from that team is kind of on the older side. There's a couple players I like from that Indiana team. Don't get me wrong. D'Angelo Pond is a dog. Um, their wide receiver too. What's his name? Elijah. I don't even know how to pronounce his last name. I'm keeping the book, but yeah, they have a few dogs on that team. I'm not gonna lie to you, but like I said, Keelan Black, we did not need him. He was not a need, so I'm gonna give it a D plus. Next, we got a Feasoning Price Sock. Sorry, it's a little bit of a tongue twister. But Price Sock, he's a 6'3", basically a 6'4" corner that ran a 4.45. Now, I wasn't too familiar with this prospect at all. I'm going to keep it 100. But then I came across Eric Crocker Twitter post about him. He basically posted like a thread of all his highlights and information about him. And when I was watching his highlights, I'm very impressed with this guy. He's the typical corner. He's your typical big corner that you want, that's fast and can cover, that plays outside. He's all that. He's all that. Now the thing is, some fans like their corners that have a lot of interceptions in college. He really doesn't have that. He only had 2 interceptions in college, which isn't bad, but like I said, he's just not causing turnovers. Same thing with Ronaldo Green in college. Ronaldo Green was very good in college, but Ronaldo Green only had 1 interception throughout his whole entire college career. And mind you, that 1 interception was against LSU with that team that Jaden Daniels, BTJ, and Malik Neighbors was on. So it was against a good team that he got that pick. But yeah, like I said, for this guy, he's from Washington. Very physical corner, big corner. I like him. I feel like he come in here and compete with Ronaldo for that outside spot. Because right now, the 49ers, I believe they got Lenore's locked in, right? CB1. After that, man, it really, I like a couple guys. I like Upton Stout. But theoretically, the 49ers could put D Lenore in the slot. Hear me out. D Lenore in the slot, Ronaldo on the outside, or Jack Jones, whoever they want to. And then for the other side, they could do Jack Jones or the rookie. I said the 49ers could really play around with this. And we know Raheem Morris is coming in as a new guy. He might not like Upton Style Ronaldo Green. Those might not be his guys. We might see this young rookie come in and play really quick. We just got to see him in training camp because that's where we really get to see these players with the one-on-ones. He's going to be going against Ricky Pearsall and Mike Evans every day. So once we get to see him against those wide receivers, we're going to have an answer of if he's going to compete or be a starter. And I'm excited about this pick. Me personally, I get this the highest graded draft pick of the video so far with a B. I thought this is a good pick. This is where he was projected to go. And then he's different than the 49ers average corner. Usually they get a 5'10", 5'11" guy, maybe 6 foot, Ronaldo Green. Last year up the stout, that was like a small nickel, or they draft like Demo Lenore, like 5'10", good speed. But they went with a 6'4" corner. So I'm very excited about this. We're gonna have some length out there. We're gonna have some height out there. So I give it the B. It would be higher if he had more turnovers in college. But I understand, it's college. 2 picks is not the end of the world. But if he did have more picks, he would probably, to be honest, if he had more picks, he probably would not even been able to fall to the 49ers. So maybe it's a blessing in disguise. But yeah, I got this guy with a B. Next, we got Grayson Holton, D tackle from the Oklahoma Sooners. I like this guy. He's a pass rushing D tackle, which the 49ers don't tend to have. Right now we have Alfred Collins. He's not really a pass rusher. We got CJ West. He's not really a pass rusher. We got Osa. He's a pass rushing D tackle that can also stop the run. And then, I can't name anyone else we got. Sebastian Valdez. He's all right, but he's more of a practice squad player. He might move up this year, but right now he has been a practice squad player up to this point. But Grayson Holton can provide elite pass rushing skills. He got a lot of pass rushing moves, like even more than Michael Williams that we drafted. That's an edge rusher. He got like more moves than that. He got the nasty swim move. I just like his film. His film is really good. You can see he's fast. Like he closes in on guys, on quarterbacks really quickly when pursuing them to get the sack, or keeping them in contain. He just gives his effort, and that's what we need, man. We need an effort guy, someone that's going to create pressure on third down, and I think he's that guy. And I feel like he's eventually going to get to that D tackle 2 spot. I do feel like that because, the 49ers always deal with injuries. I'm not trying to wish it on nobody because I want everyone to stay healthy on the 49ers. Because I like Alfred Collins. I like Osa. But I'm telling you, with how the 49ers have got injured the last couple years, he's going to get his shot. He's going to get his shot, and I believe he's going to do the most with it. So, like I said, I give this a B. Another good pick. the fourth round was a pretty good round for the 49ers, I will say. The next piece is Carter Willis. Now I'm gonna keep it 100. I don't know much about him, so based off of what I heard, he's a guard slash center. Um, he has basically played all positions in college, so I don't know very much about him. I'm just gonna give him a C. I said I don't know very much about him. Sorry guys. I know this is kind of bad of me to say, but I just don't know very much about him. I did try to do research. I really can't like find anything. So yeah, like I said, it's just a C. I don't have much to say about this guy. Maybe he'll be the starting left guard this year, or he'll be the backup. He'll probably be in the competition, but I don't know what to expect from this guy. Like I said, in my later videos, I might know more about him. For right now, I don't know much about him, and I'm gonna give him a C. Jaden Duggar, linebacker. Now this makes sense to me a little bit. He kind of reminds me of Fred Warner. Obviously he's probably not going to be Fred Warner, but just the way he's a converted safety. So he used to play safety. Now he plays middle linebacker, just like Fred Warner. Um, I understand this because we traded D Winners for the fifth round pick, so I understand this pick. I just don't see him touching the field for like the first 2 years of his career. Maybe he'll be a special teams guy, but I don't see him beating out Bethune, Drake Greenlaw, Fred Warner, Nick Martin. Who else, bro? I don't even know if he's better than Garrett Wallow. I said I feel like it's gonna take him a year or two to touch that field, and he might start off as a special teams guy. That might be his way onto the field as being a special teams guy, because we did let go of Curtis Robinson, who has been the 49 special team guy for a couple years now. So maybe he'll replace that role, but for right now, I'm gonna give it a D plus. I feel like the 49ers could have drafted him in their later one, probably in the sixth, fifth round. Um, Actually, they did draft him in the fifth round. My bad, but they could have traded down and probably still took him, or they could have even got him as an undrafted free agent. But he's all right. But I just don't like the move because I feel like it's not a win now move. It's gonna take him about 2 years to get on the field, so I'll give him a D for this draft. And last but not least is Enrique Cruz, O tackle from Kansas, same college as Dominic Pooney. I've seen a couple highlights from him. It's pretty all right. Um, I said hopefully he be the level that Dominic Pooney was, because obviously they're both from the same team. I'm gonna give him a C. Anytime they get an offensive lineman, I'm kind of intrigued because the 49ers hardly take offensive linemen. So I'm excited to see what he can develop into. Our O-line coach, Chris Forrester, my bad. Chris Forrester said he banged the table for this guy. So I'm very excited to see what he can provide to the team. And that's it for the video. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe button, and comment down below if you want to see more videos like this. I'm sorry for the delay on this video. Obviously, you guys are probably seeing this Monday. The draft was finished up Saturday, so I'm sorry for the delay in the video, but I was busy, just had to get around doing it, and I finally got around doing the video. So if you guys like the video, check out other videos I've made in the previous months/weeks, and make sure to like button, subscribe button, and comment down below. And I'm out. Peace.